Okay, we'll start with the inventory module. In the inventory module, the business users are going to perform the stock movement, receiving the stock or moving the stock from one warehouse to another warehouse, generating serial numbers, generating the lot numbers, and generating the revision numbers or stock count, counting the stock, and stock planning. Index planning is nothing but stock planning. So they perform all these activities. So we'll discuss all these activities one by one. In real time, we don't perform these transactions in real time, but you should know because during the implementation, we have to provide a training to the business users. So when you have to provide training to the business users, you should train them on these transactions. Okay. So the roles here, warehouse operator role, warehouse manager role. First, I'm going to add warehouse operator role to my business user. I'm going to add warehouse operator role to my business user. So if you're a warehouse operator, you can perform inventory transactions, except inventory setups and planning. What is inventory setups and planning? You will understand in the next classes. So if you're a warehouse operator, you can able to perform inventory transactions. Inventory transactions means here, these are the inventory transactions: miscellaneous receipt, miscellaneous issue, sub-inventory transfer, movement request, inter-ordination transfer. Okay. Warehouse operator role I have added. Okay. So this business user is a warehouse operator for which inventory ordination? Okay, this business user is a warehouse operator. So warehouse operator for which inventory ordination? That is called data access. I'm navigating to setup and maintenance. And from the task list, click on the search. Main is data access for users. Main is data access for users. Go to this task and for the business user. So it will display the roles that you have added under the security console, and select that role and inventory ordination and add your inventory ordination. Add your inventory ordination. So this user is a warehouse operator for this inventory ordination. Okay, this is called, so role we are adding from the security console. Role we are adding from the security console, but you know the data access we are providing through the screen. And I'm using this duplicate option. And I'm going to make this business user as a warehouse operator for another inventory org also. Okay. Click on save and close. Click on the done button. Now, in another browser, in this browser, I logged as a business user. Okay. Since a new role got added to my login on the Springboard, I should be able to see supply chain execution. From the supply chain execution, inventory management. From the supply chain execution, inventory management. Okay. Here, some of the questions like, sir, after adding the role, this user gets any notification. So here we have added a role, right? Warehouse operator role we have added, and we have provided data access also. This user will get any notification? No. No. There won't be any notification to this user. Okay. You have to manually communicate it to the user. This is one of the requirement. And this is also called as a gap. This is also called as a gap. So what is the requirement? After adding any role or after providing the data access, that particular user should get a notification, either email notification or the bill notification, whatever. But as per the current functionality, it is not possible. So that means the requirement is not possible with the current functionality. It's called as a gap. It's called as a gap. So for the gaps, we have to think about the custom solutions. Okay. We need to develop that functionality. If the client is saying, no, I need this requirement, then you have to develop that requirement. That's called custom solutions. Now from the inventory management, you can see a couple of infolets. What are these infolets? I'll explain you later. First, I'm clicking on the task list. I'm clicking on the task list, and here, if you click on create miscellaneous transaction, this is the first transaction. And from the drop down, I should be able to see the inventory ordinations, but it's not showing up. We provided data access also, but the ordinations are not displaying here. Let me re-log in. That's why after adding the role, after providing the data access, better to log out and log in. Suchita, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Please listen to the classes with full focus. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Click on create miscellaneous transaction. Yeah, you see, I should be able to see two inventory ordination. It's because the data access. Okay, I'm selecting one ordination. I want to perform transactions under this ordination. The first transaction that I want to perform is miscellaneous receipt. Okay. So in Fusion in Oracle, every screen is divided into two sections. This is called as a header, and this is called as a line. Okay, I'm entering the information in the header. This is the system date. This is the system date. Okay, what is the time now? 1:42 a.m. Why it is? You see here? That means application is under which time zone, team?
UTC.
It's under UTC time zone. By default, application is under UTC time zone. Okay. In the table level also, you see time zone in the UTC format itself, UTC time zone only in the table level also. Suppose if you create a record, so if you go to the table and if you see when that record is created, the timestamp it will display in the UTC time zone only. Okay. But in the front end, we can change this from the front end. Okay. So user preferences are there. So click on the set preferences. So without filling this, let's cancel it otherwise. Can cancel it. Now click on the drop down and go to set preferences. Suppose if you're working from India, select India time zone here. Go to regional and territory, select as India. And the moment you select as India, automatically other information is defaulted. Other information is nothing but date format. In India, we use the date, month, and year, and time format also, number format also, and rupees also. Automatically, all this got changed except the time zone. The time zone, let's change to Kolkata. Okay. And save and close. So this is also, it's you have to provide training to the business users to configure the setting. Because if the user is working from US, the user has to select US country. And then in US, a couple of time zones are there. They has to select that respective time zone. Okay. It is user specific time zone. And I'm navigating again, supply chain execution, inventory management. From the task list, create miscellaneous transaction. What's the time now? India time, right?
Yes.
Now from the drop down, I'm selecting miscellaneous receipt. I'm selecting miscellaneous receipt. And use current item cost. I'm selecting yes. Why I'm selecting yes, I will explain you. I'm also selecting the account. So this transaction should hit to which account? This transaction, whatever you're performing, it belongs to which company? It belongs to which department? And it belongs to which particular account? Okay. So select something randomly and click on OK. Click on OK. And at the line level, for which item you want to perform this transaction, I'm selecting RM 101. Okay. Right now, what is the stock? 0. There is no stock right now. So here you can see the availability. It is displaying under the primary unit of measure and it is displaying under the second unit of measure also. Okay. So primary is each for this item. Do you remember? The primary is each and secondary is box. While defining the item, we entered the item to be tracked under both unit of measures, primary and secondary. And sub-inventory I'm selecting. And it seems to be the sub-inventory is a locator control sub-inventory. So you have to provide the location, in which location you wanna put this item. I would like to put this item in the B block and then first floor. And how much quantity? I'm entering 200. I'm entering 200. So 200 quantity. I'm storing under this warehouse, under this location. Under this location. So not only just one item, you can add a couple of items into this transaction. So you can add, this is just one line, right? And you can add multiple lines. And you can add multiple items into this transaction. Okay, or same item, a different sub-inventory or a different location. Okay, and click on the submit button. Now I'm expecting an error actually, because for this item, Did we define the conversion from each to box? I don't know. Let's see what will happen. If it gives error, let's see. Transaction completed successfully. Okay. And again, from the task list, if you go to the first screen, the first screen is going to display the current stock. Enter the item. I would like to see the stock for this item. Okay, I would like to see the stock for this organization. Enter your search criteria and click on the search button. Now it is showing 200. And the 200 showing up in the primary OEM. But if you expand, you can see this item stock location also. This 200 location you can see. It's under the Hyderabad org. In Hyderabad org, this 200 under which warehouse you can see. It's under which warehouse? Cold storage. And under which location also you can see. Okay, this is a location. So here, view by item you selected. That's where you're expanding from the item. Or if you select sub-inventory, so you can see the information by sub-inventory. Okay, if you expand, it will display the sub-inventory first, and then later under that sub-inventory, whatever the items are there. You can change this view if you want. Okay, now you can see in the primary. What about second unit of measure? Yes, you can see the stock in the second unit of measure also. Now let me click on this locator and click on view availability. I selected from the view, I selected the secondary quantity also. Now let me see the secondary quantity 2 is displaying. The secondary quantity 2 is displaying. How this 2 is displaying? As per the primary, how much quantity? 200. But the secondary quantity is 2. So where we define this conversion?
Make per box 100.
Let me check. Let me show you where this conversion got created. Yeah. So for one box, 100 each is, but where we define this conversion? Okay, I should go to product management. And from the items, and if I go to intra-class conversion, if I go to intra-class conversion, so we didn't define it here. Okay, for our item, we didn't define intra or inter-class, we have not defined, but where this conversion has been created. Do you see? So each one and then box one, you see conversion where we defined. Understood?
Yes.
Everyone clear?
No, sir, I have. No, it's not clear.
Why, sir?
No, sir, actually, this is not clear how the 2 is coming.
We defined, are you there while discussing the UOM's concept?
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah, here we defined, right, the conversion rate.
Yes, sir.
One box is equal to here 100 eaches.
Okay, sir.
Here box, okay, 100 eaches. Everyone clear now?
Yes, sir. Actually, I have skipped this point, sir, now, right?
Okay.
But it is clear.
Okay. So how much quantity? 200 quantity, right? So 200 quantity means how many boxes? As per this conversion, 2 boxes.
Boxes.
Okay. So you can see your stock in your primary UOM. This is primary. And that's where directly you're able to see 200 here. And if you want, you can see in the secondary also. The secondary UOM you can see. Okay. When you have not defined this conversion, then you'll get an error. Okay. Now, this 200 quantity, did we receive from our supplier? Or we manufacture this 200 quantity? Did we manufacture?
No.
Did we receive from our supplier?
No.
No. This is called as a logical transaction. Like our item master ordination. Our item master ordination physically exists? No. We created only in the system. Similarly, this miscellaneous receipt is also called as a logical transaction. We create in the system just to perform the stock adjustments. Just to perform the stock adjustments, that's it. This is not a real transaction. It's a logical transaction for the stock adjustments. Suppose if you wanted to remove some stock, if you want to remove some stock, then you can perform miscellaneous issue. So use current item cost to yes, and then I'm entering the account. Any account you can enter. This account should be an inventory valuation account. Whatever the account that you are selecting, it should be inventory valuation because of this transaction, what is happening? There is a change in your stock. Your stock may be getting increased or stock getting decreased. So this account should be inventory valuation account. But who will provide these transactions in real time? Business users. So they know what account should be selected here. Or else they will check with their finance team. The moment I enter the item, yeah, it's a browser problem. It's not displaying the item, okay? The moment I enter the item, automatically the system has taken the available warehouse, the stock available warehouse and stock available locator. And I would like to move 50 quantity. I would like to remove issue out. I would like to issue out 50 quantity from this warehouse. Sir, why you are removing out? There could be many reasons. So 50 quantity physical in the warehouse, it got thefted. So let us assume you have this 200 quantity in your warehouse. Okay, the 50 quantity got thefted. Or maybe the 50 quantity for some reasons it got scrapped or damaged. So you cannot keep that 50 quantity in your warehouse, right? You have to remove out. Okay, so in your warehouse you removed, and here also in the system also remove it in the application. Okay, and click on the submit button. Now go and check the stock.